Chat, how are we doing? Hope we're doing well. I've got this on here. Hello! Hi! Hope we're all doing well today. Welcome in, Kiki. And that's about it for the people who are here. I have notified my mods, so there we go. I'm not sure. I think they may be at college, school, whatever, so we may not see them today. But yeah. Hey Matt, by the way. Part of you guessed this is guessed to this be a Secret Mario World stream, given how much Sega you talked about last stream. No, there will not be any Mario Kart as well. I just want to say that. If you thought there was going to be any games played after talking about this, unfortunately, nope. That is not the case. So if you expected that, you are greatly misinformed. But today, I thought we would have a nice little discussion about Sonic Mania 2. Now, I have already gone ahead and made a video about it as well. So go ahead and watch that. If you want my quick general thoughts on Sonic Mania 2, yeah, this is going to be purely about that cancelled game. And yeah, so I guess let's set the scene, shall we? The year is 2017. And Sonic, up until that point, was not really in a very good position. Like, we've had quite a lot of ups, quite a lot of downs. After the whole Generations thing, we had Lost World. That wasn't received pretty well. Depending on who you ask, of course. But yeah. And yes, it was 8 years ago. that Sonic Mania 1 was delivered to us in our hands and we got to play it. Originally though, Sonic Mania 1 was originally only going to be for PS4, Xbox One, and I believe like PC as well. There was no mention of a Nintendo Switch version at that time. Obviously, we knew later on that that Sonic Forces would also come out that same year as well, and we all know how that went. So, yeah. So 8 years later. So 8 years later, we have never gotten officially a sequel to Sonic Mania 2. Now, unless you count Sonic Superstars as the official Sonic Mania 2, then sure, right? Sure, you can say that, but it's quite crazy to think about that 8 years later we got to see for the first time what this Sonic Mania 2 looked like. And it looked really, really good. Hey Josu, welcome. So let's go ahead and go over to Blue Sky right here, because that's where you'll find it. Is it this one? Is this one? There we are. There we are. We found it. I'm gonna turn down the music a bit. Just let me know as well in the live chat. If the music is fine, if it needs to be turned up a little bit, all that stuff. Anyways, let me go ahead and switch it to here, and let me see, I'm probably going to need to add a window into this, or a display. Let's do window. Of course, it's on the incorrect one. Let's try that again. Sometimes window capturing is never always goes according to plan. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna remove this and then do this again. Let's see. Can we? There we are. Oh. There's the thing. So here it is, chat. This was the post that pretty much, for the first time in 8 years, we got to see what Sonic Mania 2 would have actually looked like. As you can see, the post is celebrating the 8th anniversary of Sonic Mania, and it talks about this Robotnik character here called Kanga Clanker, or aka Kangas. What a name. Yeah, this, if you've seen this in Sonic Superstars, then you'll definitely we'll have seen this enemy, of course, right here. And I love how on Blue Sky as well, it has like a little description like right here. I just love that. We can see what he looked like in the cancelled game right here, and it looks pretty dang good. I will say that for the record. It looks really, really good in this. I think if out of this one, which is a model ripped directly from Superstars, and what it looks like here in this cancelled prototype build of Mania 2, it definitely looks a lot better because he's like a lot more expressive in this one than he does just here, just staring blankly. Now, granted, it would still move, but when a 3D model isn't moving, then, yeah, kind of checks out, doesn't it? We can also have a look as well as like the environment of it as well, and just everything that it was going for. I have to say, this art style is really, really good. If I do say so myself. Like, the whole art style they were going for is, like, really good. It kind of is, like, carrying on what I said in my video about how this looks, like, that this was setting up how Sonic Mania 1 looked like, but in Mania 2, they've obviously carried that over. This is obviously they're using like 3D models here, but the way that they've kind of done it, it kind of still makes it look like if it's a, like I said, a pixel art game, and it's really cool. Anyways, here's the full look at the cancelled game itself. So it seems like the score, time, and rings, I think those are directly lifted from Mania 1. Because I know Mania 1 was built on, what was it, the retro engine, I think it was, at the time when that game came out. It was built on that, which was the same retro engine that powered the remasters of Sonic CD, Sonic 1, and Sonic 2. Obviously, I think they would rename that engine later on to something else. I can't remember. If anyone in chat can remember what it was exactly that they renamed it to, thank you. But if you look right here, this is like, first of all, this zone has never appeared in any Sonic game ever. Not even Mania 1, not even in Superstars. And the background environments, the everything, the enemies, and just the way it looks is like really, really good. This to me feels like, had they gone through with this, I definitely think, I think it would definitely be really freaking good. Like I said in my video, which I'm probably going to be referencing a lot, so go watch it if you haven't already. A lot of, like, this game definitely feels like it makes me sad that this was cancelled, but of course this was because Evening Star wanted to work on their own projects as well. And Sonic seems to be, from what we could probably guess just from the screenshot alone, seems like he would have controlled pretty much the same as he does in Mania and in Superstars as well. The Kanga enemy as well is definitely locked onto Sonic as the target. It would be cool as well, chat, if we could actually see this prototype demo build in action, like some video footage of it. It would be really cool. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and read live chat real quick. So let's see, what have we got? Sonic Mania, Sonic Superstars, Sonic Heroes, a lot of Sonic games. That is correct. Let's see, Kangaroo. Yep. Also, the video is behind. Good for that. Switch to and okay, yeah. Not seeing anything related to what I've been talking about right now. That's a good model for Sonic. Yeah, I actually do agree. I think the model from just this zoom up right here, you can't see it. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can even see my cursor. Can you guys even see my cursor? I don't know if you guys can see my cursor, but let me see here. Window capture. Okay, yeah, the cursor, it says capture cursor. That is good. That is good. That's what we'd like to see. Right. But yeah, I do agree, Kiki. Sonic's model does look good in this one as well. It's pretty much like if we 3D modeled his Sonic Mania 1 like design, which Superstars did kind of base it off as well with the lighter blue. Because if you remember in Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, his blue color was a lot more darker. This was kind of like akin to what they would do with modern Sonic, where his blue is a lot more of a darker shade, whereas Classic has got a bit of a lighter shade. It was more like to distinguish them as well. But yes, I do agree as well. Also, I do like how the enemy does like kind of kick back Sonic as well in this. And he also has a little bit of springs right here. It makes you wonder like how you would defeat this enemy. I know you probably would. Your first thought would be to like jump and hit the enemy on the head, and it would just disappear, and you would get points from it. But it would be also interesting if they made it where you have to find a different way to like defeat it. Like, what if like you had to jump over it? Then when the kangaroo is trying to kick you, you go and then attack it from behind. That would definitely also be something interesting as well. Alright, let me go ahead and read more of chat here. Hey, T-Sora. For God so loved the world that he gave his only son to die, so whoever believes in him. Okay, some person talking about that. Let's see. Hey, no worries, Josie. And Kiki, no worries. Cream Plays, welcome. You finished Sonic Mania with true ending. Nice. We're talking about the Sonic Mania 2. If you've got anything you would like to say as well about this one, then feel free. But yeah, let me go ahead and put this back onto the one where you can actually see the screen right here. But yeah, I do have to say the environment for everything looks pretty good. It's well designed, well detailed. Visually, it looks very good. And yeah, and like I said, the only thing is as well is we only have this screenshot of that is a full view of the game. We don't really have anything else to really go off of. So yeah. It would definitely be interesting to see like what they would have come up with for like when you load into this level. Like, would it have been the same as like Mania 1, where the name and everything else would have taken up the entire screen, or would they have done it like kind of how they did it in the classic games, where when upon starting, let's say in Sonic 1, you just see the text. It's like black for now, but then starts fading in the level, and then you start playing. Yeah. It'd definitely be interesting. I kind of also like how this level also takes place like somewhat during the evening, it looks like. Like, because you can see how the clouds are like that evening one, so it's kind of like sunsetting in a way. I wonder if this game would have included some sort of like day and night cycle, I wonder. That would actually be interesting to see, because if that was the case, that would be fascinating. If that was actually truly the case. Let me go ahead and read some more of chat. Hey Tolik. Okay, I'm not seeing much right now. Let me go ahead and turn up the music a bit. But yeah, I definitely think this this Kanga Clanker Badnik looks a lot better in this prototype than he does right here from Sonic Superstars. I don't know how you could go from something that looks really good and it feels like it does have some sort of like expression, like, to like something that's just like, well, not, you know? Let's read some comments as well. That was a gorgeous art style you were aiming for. Yeah, I do really like the art style. Yeah, I do agree with that comment. The art style is just looks really good. Definitely a true continuation of what made Sonic Mania 1 successful. Let's see. Alt text says, as it appears in a 2.5D prototype evening style worked on after Sonic Mania. This is a Mania 2 Pro made before Superstars became a thing. Yeah, it feels like this was being somewhat worked on, because Superstars would have been. I'm pretty sure Superstars came out in 2023, so I have to have a good feeling that development of Superstars would have had to have began somewhere around 2022, if I had to take a guess. But this feels like this was probably being somewhat worked on, in a way. Like, probably around after the release of maybe Sonic Mania Plus is what I want to believe, because they were still working on the first one when it initially released in 2017. So I want to believe they were conceptualizing a sequel for Sonic Mania 1, And this is what would have been our Sonic Mania 2 had it released. So Sonic Mania 1, again, released in 2017, and then plus, like, got, like, later on, like, down the road, I think a year later, I think, or maybe same year, maybe months later. No, actually, it was a year later. So maybe, like, they started, like, conceptualizing Sonic Mania 2 around the time Plus's release. That's the only thing I can possibly think of as well. We got Sonic Free Riders. That's fun. By the way, I'll put it on this so you all can see what comments I'm reading. And I do agree with this as well from this user. I hope you guys get another chance to work with Sega, because I would love to see a Sonic game in this art style. True, I would love to see this. I would actually love them if they even went back to this prototype build and actually make it real. Like, what if after Cross Worlds release in 2025 that we may see this game, like, possibly either in 2028 or 2029. Who knows, to be honest. Too bad Sega's more interested in AI now. That doesn't surprise me one bit. Oh lordy, this looks amazing. Would have vastly preferred this over Sonic Superstars. I have to agree. I do agree. This definitely looks like... This definitely would have been a more preferred version of it than if, let's say, we had Sonic Superstars instead. Let me see. Is there any... Nobody's in chat right now, so I'll just keep going until we have somewhere. I put chat on my phone, so should be good. Let's see. Let's keep reading. Wow, a prototype. That prototype looks amazing. I can certainly see a lot of design similarities that made their way into Penny. I should have known the Australian Batnet was your doing. Yeah, it was. They did start like working on. They worked on their own game, which was Penny, which I didn't mention in the video, which I probably could have mentioned it in the video, but I just didn't. But yeah, it does look. The prototype does look amazing. A lot of effort definitely seems to have gone into it as well. We could have had Mania 2. Sega cancelled Sonic Mania 2. Yeah, I don't think this was Sega's like choice to cancel it. I'm pretty sure Evening Star said like they didn't want it to. This has been known for a while. Thankfully, the devs were able to take a lot of their ideas and make a spiritual successor with Source, with Penny's Big Breakaway, which is one of the best games of last year. Well, I'm glad to see that that at least that game has pretty much sang its praises. So, I mean, let the development team, Evening Star cook, they'll deliver. Okay, I think we're just going into a big, huge argument here. Was this an early pitch of what could have been Sonic Mania 2? I don't know, to be honest. A lot of work definitely seems to have gone into it, because for a prototype build that looks like this definitely seems like this was made to possibly be shown to, like, Sega as like, hey, we have this right now. What do you guys think? Or something like that. Again, we don't really know like everything about Mania 2 aside from what we can see here. Yeah, I do have to agree. The Sonic for some reason the Sonic Superstars model just looks so. It just looks so bad compared to when you look at it in this prototype. Like I said, chat. This looks expressive. This does not. You can't convince me otherwise. This one seems to take a screenshot of the different HUDs, it seems like. Okay, I think I might see what this user. Yeah, so it's comparing this HUD with the HUD of Superstars. I do like it because it's kind of like what the HUD looks like, I believe, in Sonic Mania 1. What did the HUD actually look like in Sonic Mania 1? Let's have a look. Sonic Mania 1. Just Sonic Mania. Let's see if we can find one. Okay, so not necessarily the same, because this one has the score time and rings just straight. This one has it where the HUD is more like tilted a bit, which in Superstars the HUD was just straight again. I do kind of like it though, to be honest. I do kind of like the kind of tilted to the side. Is there any other Sonic games that have done that? I don't think there's a single Sonic game, to my knowledge, that has done this. Let me check Sonic Forces. Let's see, do we have gameplay that we can use as reference? Let's see if we can find a more higher. Okay, here we are. So Sonic Forces does kind of also use a kind of has its like rings, time, and score tilted a bit, but they do have it swapped, where score is at the bottom, where score is at the top here. The timing is pretty much in the same position. What about Frontiers? Sonic Frontiers, Cyber Space Levels. Let's have a look here. Yeah, this one doesn't even have. This one's a completely different HUD. Yeah, I do. So aside from Sonic Forces, maybe other Sonic games may have had this, but I'm not going to search it up right now. I'm sure somebody who also has played all these Sonic games, can probably back me up on that point. You can't casually reveal the existence of Sonic Mania 2. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like when we found out about Sonic Mania 2, the fact that he just dropped like a full-on screenshot of this of the Superstars one, and then the one from his prototype build of Mania 2. Yeah, it's quite crazy that he just dropped this and then like, yeah, it's quite crazy, to be honest. Yeah, it's quite crazy, to be honest. Let's see, anything else? Superstars multiplayer HUD feels cursed. I don't know. I don't like that. The thing is, as well, chat, is I've not actually played through Superstars, so I can't necessarily either confirm or not with that. Yeah, I have to agree with this. Would love to see more behind the stuff like this. Like, I want to see, like, not only would I like to see like some footage of this running, but I would also like to see this like this prototype here, like in action, like some video footage, maybe a look at the menu, what that would have looked like, the title screen, maybe even like a intro cinematic that they may have had planned for it. Yeah, it's quite it's quite a something. I think a lot of what we now know about Sonic Mania 2 and why Mania 2 never actually became a thing was obviously because like Evening Star wanted to work on their own game, and they're more than in the right to develop whatever games they want. They shouldn't be under like any obligation to essentially to essentially be like, you need to make this game, make it now. Yeah, I think it's kind of crazy that it was. I know it was cancelled, but that was obviously their choice. Yeah. I do have. By the way, I do have a Blue Sky account, but just don't bother. Don't bother trying finding it, because I will not post there. I do like this comment right here that says, gorgeous art style. I love how faithfully the style was translated into 3D. It looks like a proper successor to Sonic Mania, and I really wish we could have had this project take fully shape. Take shape fully. Yeah, I do agree with that comment, because it's like just everything about it, right? Let's use this. Like everything about it, definitely, it's like even Instar definitely knows how to like they've translated this perfectly. They have the whole zones, the way it just makes it makes it literally like, well, what you expect a Sonic game to look like. It would be interesting. I'm wondering what act this would have been though, where this Badnik would have appeared if a Mania 2 was ever to come to fruition. It definitely seems like this would have been either. It definitely would have been either an Act 1 of a later part of the game, because there's no way they would have made this literally the first act of this Mania 2 prototype. There's definitely, because if you know Sonic games, they usually always start with something, you know, during the day, and usually something very easy to get you into the flow of things. Kind of like what they did in Sonic, when Sonic 1, when that game released, like so many decades ago, Jesus. And that was just like, Green Hill was like your intro to it. It would have been interesting though, if, let's say, if the intro, if like the Act 1, which was like the tutorial kind of level to kind of get you used to getting rid of Badniks and all that other stuff. Lots of interesting things to talk about. I don't think he's posted anything else since that. Yeah, he hasn't really been posting. Yeah, no, we're not. Yeah, aside from this, that is pretty much it for what we now and what we can see. There could be more that he may reveal, but because, you know, Sonic is owned by Sega, he probably would have to like get permission to show probably more of this game. It would be cool. Hey Savannah. What? Yeah. So yes, I did make a video on this. However, that was more of my general thoughts. This is kind of like a discussion stream that also includes you lot in the chat. So I just realized I think my camera is a bit, just needs to adjust right there. There we go. Yeah, by the way, this was the post that started the whole like, oh yeah, it's this bad Nick. Also, here's some screenshots of the of a build of Sonic Mania 2 that never came to be. Yeah, it's quite crazy. Like, of course, like Sonic Superstars, whether you like the game, you don't like the game. If you look at this, right? You cannot tell me otherwise that you would have paid for this game. That game looked heckin' gorgeous. Such a shame it didn't come to fruition. Yeah, I said this as well in my video. I am really sad that this never even happened as well, because it just looks so good. It does. I would have loved if, let's say, if I was playing on the Switch 2 and I had this. Man, would it have been actually fun to just hold this controller right now, pressing A. It would have put like such a big smile on everybody's faces. Yeah. Like, the HUD looks amazing, the Sonic looks amazing, the background looks pretty good. Everything, even in the foreground as well, and then the background with it as well. It just looks so good. It really does. I haven't played through Sonic Superstars as well, so I don't really have that much, even though it was a mixed bag. Also, this is the bagnet as well from Superstars. And there was one comment as well on Blue Sky that I actually agreed with as well. It was like something saying like look how lifeless this is, and then look how like brought to life this looks. Like the Kanga Clanker looks so much more expressive in this than he does in this. Well, I mean, I know he's probably just ripped the 3D model probably from like a site, but when you look at this, it just looks good, and the art style as well is looking like is meant to look like a 3D game. Is a 3D game, but like I said, the way it kind of looks, it kind of makes it just look like it's still like that kind of like pixel art-esque looking game. It just looks really, really amazing. Because Superstars kind of did this design. The game looked good, but the gameplay wasn't fun. Yeah, I have heard things about that. Now, had Sonic Mania 2 come out instead of Superstars, I think we would have definitely been in good hands. I definitely think we would have been in very good hands. Because, again, it's made by people who love Sonic. And I do remember as well that T. Lopes released on his channel a unreleased like music that would have gone with this. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and search up his T. Lopes. Let's see. Let's see if we go to his channel, do we? Let's have a look. I'm trying to find the trying to find the dang music. Is it this? No, it's not that one. If we do Sonic Mania 2. Here we are. Let's take a listen to this music, because it's a re-upload. Stops there again. He must have deleted it. Maybe he just didn't have permission from Sega. Maybe, I don't know. But anyways, that was the music, and goddamn, goddamn, it actually is actually really good. The music. You definitely know when T-Lopes isn't restricted on what kind of music he has to do, and you let him just go and do his own thing. Like, he's a fantastic composer, and he obviously is the one who composed the entirety of Sonic Mania 1's soundtrack. He also did a bit of it for Superstars, and now he's doing Rooftop Run for Crossworlds, which, by the way, actually, speaking of Crossworlds, I will be streaming that game on the weekend. So yeah, I'll let you know. I do have the game, so I can go ahead and just take out my Switch 2 right here. Right there. Actually, let me go ahead and put this on the camera live so you guys can see it a little bit better. There it is. Right there. Right there, I have got Crossworlds. Well, the open network test, anyways, of Crossworlds. You can actually load, you can open this game, but because, you can't access it, well, unless you're just on PC, if you want to just play it early. I'm wondering if they've actually fixed that. I wonder. But yeah, we'll definitely be playing Crossworlds on the 30th, because I'm not staying up until bloody 4 a.m. just to play this game and stream it. That can wait. But yeah, I thought I'd just let you know that I have it. I will, again, this is the Switch 1 version of it, but it is playable on the Switch 2. I wonder how much, I wonder what the file size is for this. Let me have a look. Bling. Let's see. I think manage software. Here we are. Okay, that's interesting. That Crossworld's Open Network test is 3.9 gigabytes. So almost like pretty much 4 gigabytes, almost. Anyways, that's interesting. I wonder what the full version is gonna come out with its storage. I know this is meant to be a Mania 2 discussion, but sometimes we can go a little bit off track as well every once in a while. We're free roaming it like in Mario Kart World. Here we are. What? Are you kidding me? By the way, what do you all think of Sonic Mania 2 so far? Would you have loved to play it? Because I would have loved to play it. You know, as I also said as well in my video, had we had Frontiers in 2022, Shadow Generations in 2024, but in 2023 we could have had Mania 2 instead of Superstars. Also, and by the way, the video is more just for my thoughts. There will also be probably also my thoughts as well in here that I probably didn't think to talk about in the video. But if you just want a quick like if you just want my quick thoughts on this cancelled game without going through this entire live stream, that is available. Try again. You can't display. Great. By the way, ever since like also as well going to the Switch 2, it's definitely a great console, but I don't know. This piece of hardware is great, but right, come on. This piece of hardware is great, but I don't know. Because I didn't play Donkey Kong Bonanza when that released. Yeah. Right, there we go. Right. Let's search. I'm trying to see what the file size is of Crossworlds. Well, on Switch, anyways. Okay, that's interesting. So the full game is going to be 8 gigabytes. Well, that's for the Switch 1 version, anyways. I bet it'll be more on Switch 2. Well, once that version finally gets released. I'll put that to the side now. But yeah, the music's great. That music was actually fantastic. Let's see. Can I put it on just quietly in the background so you all can still hear it? Hopefully, anyways. But don't have to suffer too much, or just have to tell me, James, turn up the music in the YouTube video. But yeah, let's see. Is there a thing that you can sort by? I guess not, because this is not Twitter. Apparently, from what I've also heard, Blue Sky is even worse than Twitter. See, it definitely would be interesting to see what the intro movie would have been with this as well. Definitely would have been cool. Sonic Mania was such a gift. One of my favorite games of all time. Thank you to you and the team who brought it to life. You're all amazing. Yeah, I do agree with that as well. Sonic Mania, when that came out, right? When that came out, it felt like a breath of fresh air. It felt like, oh my god, is Sonic actually back for real this time? Like, is this real? Are we? tell me I'm not dreaming. Like, and then when people played Sonic Mania for the first time when it released in 2017, prior to Forces, it just felt magical at the time, right? It felt literally magical when we all played it, and even though I played a little bit of it on Switch, which I'm wondering if do I still have the game on my Switch? Let's have a look. Oh, by the way, I still need to do a stream or so on Drag Drive. I've heard people are not liking that game. Let's see. Yep, I have Sonic Mania right there, people. In fact, let me go ahead and boop, right there. So I do have it. Yeah, I don't even know what progress I got up to on this. I haven't played it a bit. I could actually probably open it real quick and stuff. Right, let me go ahead. Now that we've listened to that music, I thought this would have still been on his channel. So maybe he just didn't have permission. It seemed like. Alright, I'll go back to my playlist. Let's see. Mania mode. Yeah, I only literally got up to Chemical Plant. Yeah, that is as far as I've gotten in Sonic Mania. There you go. So yeah, I have played a little bit of it. but not much. I don't know. Maybe I need to set some time to play on my own. But then again, I might just play it on stream and do it that way. Hey Edwin, hope you're doing well. Right, but yeah, I do agree that Sonic Mania 1 was definitely... It was definitely like as they said, it was made by fans, for fans, who liked Sonic, who like, well, the classic Sonic games, right? Sonic Mania definitely felt like, yeah, it definitely felt like this was like a love letter to every single Sonic fan who loves the Sonic series. And even if you've just played Sonic Mania 1 for the first time ever, even if you're not a Sonic fan, I think there's lots to love about Sonic Mania 1. And even as well, I think there would have been lots to love had Sonic Mania 2 come out as well. Like, this right here literally looks like the sequel that we've been, either well, not me anyways, but other people have been making videos on, rumors, and all this other stuff. But yeah. You know, it would be quite interesting to know if, let's say, if this game came out and it was and obviously it would have been up against Mario Wonder a few days later, what if this game still sold well? Financially anyways, for Sega and Evening Star, had this been a thing. Yeah. Yeah, I think there would have definitely been a lot of things to like. Like, I think the controls would have been better. I think the story would have been fantastic had it had one. The menus probably would also look amazing. And also probably on the more powerful consoles, as well as Switch 2, had this game came out probably around the time when Switch 2 was probably a thing, which was released literally not too long ago this year. But let's say if they did release this during let's say for example, okay, the last towards around the end of the Switch 1 generation and the start and somewhere in where the Switch 2 generation is right now. Had excuse me, one moment, chat. There we go. Had this released around, let's say, like I said, the end of Switch 1 generation and somewhere in the middle of the Switch 2 generation, I think it would have been good. But yeah, I'm pretty sure as well T-Lubs would have been cooking up a fantastic banger of music for it, for every zone. And the thing is, the music that he released, did release at one point, but then I guess he ended up having to take it down because, well, Sega probably told him, hey, could you take that down? You don't have permission or whatnot. It definitely would have been amazing, because the Sonic Mania 1 soundtrack, I think many of you can agree, is quite amazing, very faithful, very good. very respectful of what it's you know, trying to do and all the other stuff. Yeah, there's it definitely is quite sad that this game never came out or even was in our hands to us Sonic fans, because you could, like I said, you can definitely see just how much love and care this game has. And obviously Penny's Big Breakaway obviously seems to have done well. I can't necessarily say that I've played it as well, so if you ever ask me about my thoughts on Penny's Big Breakaway, I have no thoughts because I've never played it. Anyways, I'm not seeing anything in chat right now, but I guess I'll use this time to tell you, go watch the video, go give it a like. The Sonic Mania 2 video, as I said. Yeah, it's crazy that like the first Sonic Mania came out 8 years ago, so to celebrate the 8 years of Sonic Mania 1's release, he just dropped Sonic Mania 2, like prototype image of what it looked like. But yeah, we got Superstars. And I guess that is what it is, but you know, as I said also in my video as well, chat, I am hopeful that maybe Evening Star may approach Sega, or Sega may approach Evening Star. Maybe they could figure something out, and maybe, who knows, we may finally get that Sonic Mania 2 that we all wished we could have in our hands right now. Also, I want to also say this as well. If you're wondering why why this camera doesn't fill up the entire aspect ratio of my board, is because I'm using a different camera. For some reason, my Elgato one, which you can see right here, which I use pretty much in all of my videos, for some reason just doesn't for some reason my other port, which is quite strange because I knew my left port for some reason just fails to recognize it as 3.0, and the other side was like fine. Like it connects, it makes the, you know, the little Windows Connect sound, but it just recognizes that as a USB 2.0 device for some reason. I don't know. Anyways, well, I'm using this camera for now, so there's that. But hope you enjoyed it, chat, and that is the end of the discussion right here. So, if you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a like, and of course hit the subscribe button. On your way out, over here is the last video or VOD for you to check out. Probably I might even put the video, if you've seen this as the stream, made it all the way here, and have not, and want my quick... I just spitted. Okay. Anyways, that was a weird thing that just happened. Not seeing where it went, but hopefully it's nothing too much of concern. Anyways, you all have been awesome. Shout out to the channel members as well. You are all awesome as well. Of course, if you want to become a channel member, hit the join button down below, or the link in the description down below. Anyways, thank you for joining in on this discussion. Sorry it wasn't really that much, but again, when you've only got this much to go off of, what else could you really do, right? Anyways, yeah, Sorry for the short stream, guys, but that's gonna do. You've been awesome. Peace.